Hi. Hi yogis, this is Zeynep. Welcome back. Thank you for joining me. Today we'll be working on some gentle yoga flow class where we don't have any planks, chaturangas and warrior two things, but still we're gonna work effectively on our body. We're going to release tension in the shoulders and we're going to work on opening our hips. So it's just a full body stretch and mobility exercises that you can use to unwind after a very long day at work. Today, for today's practice, we do need one block that I'm sitting on. I have an extra one just in case. If you don't have any block as you're practicing home, you can use any hard book that's thick and sturdy and that won't slide if you sit on or place some pressure on. You can use a hard pillow instead or anything alternative. You can be creative and choose your option. And if you have two books, that will be even better for the poses that we are going to have. So if you have one, that's fine. If you don't, if you have two, that's great. And if you don't, we'll try to use alternatives. Listen to your body and be patient with your body. Love yourself, be kind to yourself, and always think what I'm doing right now will affect this moment and at the same time will affect me tomorrow, and not even tomorrow, even on the long run. So this is your karma. This is what you do is it's going to turn out to be the future you. Be careful, be mindful, and be aware of the movements you take. Don't forget to breathe. Your breath is your engine here. It's your fuel to the movement. So we'll be starting in hero pose. As you can see, my knees are touching and the top of my feet are on the mat. I sit nice and tall, close your eyes, and let's first start to check in by imagining ourselves the way we're sitting right now. Asking ourselves if our shoulders are stacked on top of our hips or sit bones. And if our ears are just on top of our shoulders. After we did the alignment check, I want you to notice your breath. Don't do anything, just notice your breath. Are you breathing through the belly or through the chest? Are you breathing fast or slow? Let's try to deepen our breath and take a deep inhale, expanding the belly. We cannot take the air all the way to the belly, that's for sure, but we can expand. By expanding the belly, we are shifting our awareness with the breath all the way to that area. So we're going deeper, deeper in ourselves, as if our nose is taking us inside. We're getting inside ourselves. So take a deep inhale. Expand your belly. And on your exhale, squeeze in and deflate everything. Release it out through the nose. Keep going. Inhale and then exhale it out through the nose. Try to count your inhales. Like if you have 4 inhales, try to exhale for 5 or maybe 6 and so on. So try to deepen your exhales with the practice. If you feel nauseated or you have a headache during the breathing exercise, please do stop and go back to normal breathing. Open your eyes and have a sip of water and get back. And now on your next inhale, open your eyes and extend your arms all the way like letter T. Inhale here. On the exhale, make a fist with your palms and lower down. Inhale, exhale, keep going, keep breathing. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Maybe you can lift up and down, so it doesn't have to be the height of the arm. And now, on next turn, bring them parallel in one straight line, and let's create circles with our palms. This time, we will switch the circle of the wrists. Keep breathing. Great. Extend your palms. Turn the palms of the left hand to the ceiling. And now internally rotate, bringing your shoulder forwards with the arms as if you're trying to grab something from the floor. And take the right arm all the way to the back as if you're externally opening something. So we have internal, external. Keep moving, bringing the shoulders back and forth. External, internal rotation, they're in opposite. We can add more. Now you can gaze on one side and then turn to the other, inhaling in the middle. We're having the neck and the shoulders working. Keep going. You can relax your neck, relax your shoulders, don't strain them. Last one, come back to neutral. Now right arm comes underneath the left into eagle. Arm, try to grasp whatever you can. A finger, a palm, a shirt, whatever it is. So your shoulders are away from the ears and it's a 90 degrees angle. Keep breathing. Inhale here, open. Exhale, let's do the other side. Left arm underneath. And now slowly, slowly release and come forwards to tabletop position. Remove the block, set it aside. Hands underneath the shoulders. Elbows are slightly bent to protect our joints. Knees are hip width distance apart and they're just under the hips. Take a deep inhale. Slowly, slowly arch the back. Imagine your belly button is touching the floor and you can just gaze forward. You don't have to gaze up and add some pressure to your neck. So just gaze forward. Open your collarbones, pressing the shoulders away. And on your exhale, round the back. Tuck the chin to the chest. Inhale here. Gaze forward. On the exhale, round the back on your own speed. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, round the back. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, round. Do it on your own. And now come to neutral back. Take a deep inhale. Lift the right arm all the way to the ceiling. Open the chest. Exhale, right arm behind the left, between the thigh and the arm. Try to reach to the left side of your room. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, reach all the way to the left side. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, reach and put the shoulders on the ground. Now here you can use your block maybe to support your neck if you feel like it. If your block is not too high, you can extend the hand overhead, the arm, or you can lift it up and twist. So if you don't need the support, that's fine. You can just go ahead without the support. Keep opening the chest. Take your left shoulder all the way on top of the right. Inhale, lift the arm up, circle the arm, and press down to an all-four position. Okay, let me go back and not hurt my tree. Okay, take a deep inhale. Let's try it on the other side. So let's inhale here. Left arm to the ceiling, to the sky. Open the chest. Exhale, thread it through. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, thread it through. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, thread it through. And relax. You can stay here trying to open the chest, or maybe bring the arm overhead. If this feels fine and you want to go further, just lift the arm up overhead and then behind your back, opening the body to the right side, taking your right shoulder all the way stacked on top of the left. So if you cannot grab your left thigh, you can just grab your pants or maybe put it on your sit bones. That's fine, you don't have to reach there. Take a deep inhale, lift the arm up, circle it all the way, place it just underneath the shoulder, lift up, open the chest one more, exhale, come back to an all four. Now keeping your hips leveled and your knees just under the hips, try to walk the hands all the way so our hips are on top of our knees. Walk the hands all the way forwards into an extended child pose, which is poppy pose. You can come on the forehead or maybe on your chin if you want to add more for the upper back. Okay. Now take a deep inhale and walk your hands back to tabletop position. At any time during your practice, you can take child's pose as an option. And if you want to stay longer in the pose, you can just pause the video and keep the number of breaths you like to stay and hold, and then come back and join us. Coming back to tabletop position, take a deep inhale. On your exhale, come with always straight, neutral back. So we don't need to arch, we don't need to do anything. Press the floor away. Feel the weight distribution in your body. Maybe just shift your weight from side to side and find the spot where your both arms, your left palm is pressing as equally as the right palm. Find that sweet spot. We're staying here in that spot. Now bring your left leg to the center of your body in the midline. On your inhale, lift your right knee and press it back up. And now open the knee without bearing any weight on the left hand. Keep the same weight that it used to be, and then make a big circle. Bring the knee all the way inside and back to place and lift up. So big circles, that's hip mobility. Maybe you'll notice your heart rate will go up, elevate, but it's okay. Keep the flexion in the knee and the toes. Try to have big circles or small circles, it doesn't matter. So it depends on your mobility, not without shifting the weight to the left side. Now take it up and then switch the circle. Let's bring it in, and then through the midline we open a wide big circle or small circle. So just big circles, small circles, whatever sizes, just circles with the knees opening the hip. Last one. Great. And then bring it down, lift it up, and back knee to knee. Touch, and then press back up. Knee to knee, touch, and press back up. Knee to knee, touch, and press back up. Let's lift it up. Release your left hand and try to grab your right foot, opening in half bow. Inhale here, extend the leg and release. Lower your left palm down to the floor. Keep the hips level. Tap down and lift up hip height. Tap down, neutral hip. Just tap down and neutral hips. Last time, hold it here. Hold it. Maybe you can extend the opposite arm and then lower it down. Let's do it with the other side. So right leg to the midline of the body. Find the sweet spot in your body. Try not to shift the weight to the right side. Try to keep the weight balanced with your left and right, equally balanced. Activate your Bandha. Activate your hands. Your palms are pressing all the way to the floor. So take an inhale here. Lift your left leg up 90 degrees flexed and bring the knee to the left side, to the triceps. Imagine you're drawing such a big circle, and then all the way to the midline, and then lifting it up. All the way, big circles. Or small, regardless, as I mentioned, just circles, and you might hear popping in your hips, and that popping is just quite normal. Try to keep the balance of weight. So whenever you go to the right side, remind yourself and shift to the left. And now on your next inhale, switch the circle from the midline all the way out. Keep the flexion. Notice the difference between your hips. If you had any injury or you have any chronic condition, please do consult your physician before you attempt to do any of these exercises. Okay, now our next inhale, take it here. Bring the knee to knee and then kick up and back. Kick up 90 degrees and back. Kick up and back. Relax your neck just in line with your spine. Kick up, hold it here, release your right palm and try to grab the left foot open into half bow. Inhale here, right palm back to the floor, extend the left leg, hips are squared, tap and lift, 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 tap and bring it back. And now press all the way to downward facing dog. That's your first down dog, but we've stretched the back of the hamstring. So notice when you do the stretching and you do your homework of stretching before the first down dog, how different it feels. So we're not here we're pressing the weight all the way back to the heels, lifting our sit bones all the way to the ceiling, squeezing the inner thighs as if we have a block between our inner thighs, spreading our toes, externally rotating with our elbows, having the weight away from the wrist, relaxing the neck and activating our abs. Now heel toe your feet together. Take an inhale, right leg lifts up, right leg passes through all the way to low lunge, lowering the left leg back, sliding it back. Stay here. Now here the block comes handy. So you can have your blocks just under your palms and holding it up here. Lifting the chest. Lower belly lifts off your thighs. Squaring the hips. You can pad your back knee with the mat or with a blanket. Okay, now take a deep inhale. Bring the hands all the way to your thighs. Open and lift. Open the chest. Inhale, right arm up to the ceiling and left arm down to the mat. And then switch. Breathe. And now come both up, both hands up overhead. Take a deep inhale here and hold on your exhale. Try to lift your pelvic floor up, squeezing in, squaring the hips. Take a deep inhale here. On the exhale, lower your hands to your waist. Firm your right foot down. Inhale here. Exhale. I want you to bring your left foot and try to grab it with both arms if possible, with both hands, all the way to your sit bones. And relax. Now try to bring it and then release your hands, keeping the leg as much as possible close to your sit bones. Find your balance. Keep it here and hold. Now release and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, relax. Inhale here, exhale, extend and flex your front leg into half split. Inhale, lift up, exhale, extend. Maybe hands by your side. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, come up. Exhale, lower the left palm down and open into easy twist. Keep the level, the neutral position. Your legs are not moving. You're just opening from your midsection. Pressing the floor away from you. Take a deep inhale. Right hand comes to the inside, right arm. Scoot your right leg outside to the right edge of the mat. Now you can stay here. Use blocks, maybe, to lift the ground, to lift it up, and then come on your forearm with the back opening. Or, if you have more space, you can just lower down all the way to the mat. You can extend the back leg if you desire. And now take a deep inhale and come up all the way. Walk your right leg all the way to the left side of the mat. And lower your knee down. Your shin doesn't have to be parallel 90 degrees. It can be just flexed inward, bent a little bit. Now we're coming to pigeon pose. So if you need, you can use a block just under your right sit bone. Take an inhale here. Hold it here. Maybe bring the hands to the side. Exhale. Just keep them to the side. Lower down. Inhale. Lift up. Exhale. Lower down. Inhale. Maybe interlace and open the chest. Exhale. Inhale. Lift up. Exhale. Fold into pigeon pose. You don't have to go all the way. You can just stay halfway. You can support your head with a block, or you can just stay up. As for the right knee, the foot has to be flexed if it is 90 degrees. If it's less than that, it's okay just to keep it as is. Just relax here for a couple of breaths. Now take your weight up all the way, hands underneath the shoulders, and then tuck the back toes and lift up to three-legged downward facing dog. And I'll bring the same leg all the way past through to low lunge one more time. Bring your blocks beside you. Now we're going to half split or all the way to front split. So take an inhale. On your exhale, remember the exercise we did just seconds ago or minutes ago. Just flex, inhale, exhale. You can stay holding in half way where you stay here and you fold with blocks or without, or maybe you start to widen your stance by taking your leg, untuck your toes first, lift your knee and start to bounce, maybe coming here, maybe opening more, bringing the blocks just underneath, bounce up and down, and then hold. You can stay here holding, or you can place the block just under the right thigh and you can just hold it here. If you had one book or one block, just place it under the thigh and then you can stay here relaxed. Or if you have to, you can just come back and stay here. Okay, take a deep inhale, lift the back leg and slide it all the way back into downward facing dog. Walk, paddle your legs, feel the difference between your right and left side. Hold your downward dog. Heel toe your legs at the back of the mat. On your next inhale, lift the left leg up. Left leg all the way passes through to the front of the mat, low lunge. Hold your low lunge here for a couple of breaths, coming on your fingertips or on a block. Squeeze your inner and your lower belly off your thigh. Opening the chest. Take a deep inhale here, and then on your exhale, place your palms on top of the thigh, or the left thigh. Press deeper and lift. You're sliding the right leg all the way back so the weight is not on the knee, it's on the top of the knee. Make sure that your knee is on top of your ankle and it's pointing towards the second finger so it's not caving in. You're pressing on the four corners of your left foot. Take an inhale. Your left arm goes up, right down, and now switch. Keep going. And now both arms up overhead, shoulders away from the ears. Neutral spine. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, lower your right palm all the way down and open the chest to the left side, keeping your hips the way they are without lowering your right hip down. So keep them the way they are and twist from your midsection and open. Take a deep inhale, come back. And now let's lift up all the way. Great. Grab your right leg with both of your hands. Try to bring it all the way to your sit bone, to your right glute, stretching your hip flexors and quads. Inhale here, and then on the exhale, let's release it. Place your hands on your waist if you like, or maybe up. Hold it here for 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Relax. Inhale, exhale, extend, and then come back. Let's extend and come back. Just a couple of times. Okay. Bring your blocks with you to the front of the mat in case you need them. Scoot your left leg all the way to the left corner of the mat. And now we're going to lizard pose. You can stay here for the first couple of breaths. Maybe you can move from side to side. Just fine. Opening and then closing. During the lizard pose, this lizard pose, I like to have my shoulders close to my knee, so we're not flaring the knee outside. The knee is hugging in to the body. it's attached to the shoulders. So remember, you can stay here or use the blocks to the height that suits you, and you come to your forearms. Or if you are flexible enough and you have that flexibility due to practice, you can just lower it down all the way. You can keep the back leg lifted or lower it down. Hugging your left knee to the chest, lifting the chest and not collapsing with your upper body. On your next inhale, slowly, slowly, if your leg was lifted, lower it down and lift your weight up. If you've been on your forearm, make some space to your left leg and scoot it all the way to the right corner of the mat and lie down your knee to the floor into pigeon pose. So you can bring it in or you can keep it 90 degrees. It's up to you. I'd like to start with 45 degrees, and if my body is ready that day, I'll open it to 90. Not all days are equal. So we take an inhale, we stay here in a passive pigeon pose. Just restarting. Maybe we can lower down passively and lift up, or we start to become active by taking the hands back to the side, or maybe interlacing them behind, switching the thumbs on the top finger, and lower down. Lift it up and lower down. Lift it up and then lower down. Fold. You can use a block under your left sit bone where you can level them and make them neutral and level. So leveled means same level, neutral, squared. It's just like a door being open and closed. Closed is one level, open is tilting to one side. Okay, let's fold and hold. You can extend the hands overhead, maybe pad your forehead, maybe use a block. Make sure to flex your toes, your foot, if you are taking the 90-degree variation. Please don't compromise. Having a 90-degree, you go deeper and with a 90-degree, and then your hips are not leveled. Make sure that the hips are leveled, you're comfortable, and it's safe. Otherwise, you don't have to do it 90 degrees. Take it slow and be patient. And now slowly, slowly start to lift yourself up, placing your hands underneath your shoulders. Tuck your back leg and lift up all the way to three-legged dog, and then lower down to downward facing dog. Walk your dog first and come back. Left leg lifts up, hips are squared. Exhale, all the way passes through to low lunge. Grab your blocks with you. We're doing split to the other side. So first we're sliding extension and flexion between Ardha, split, half split, or yeah, we're holding the half split. Maybe we can stay here for a couple of breaths if you want, and then you can move, or you can just keep moving. If you want to keep moving, you can just start to extend the legs, bounce up and down, maybe from side to side, and then slide it all the way down, maybe bouncing. On your next inhale, come up, slide your leg all the way to three-legged dog, and then lower down all the way to the floor. Sit down on your heels in a kneeling position. You can keep your blocks beside you and shift your weight to the right. Extend your legs. Maybe tap them. Bring the right leg, the sole of your foot, to the inseam of your left leg, making sure your knee is pressing to the floor. Now, if the knee is not pressing to the floor, you can always support it with a block or with a blanket. Take a deep inhale, sit nice and tall, and fold straight so your torso is in between. It's not on the left leg, it's in between. Stretch here. Keep your fingers on the fingertips so you're active here. Shoulders away from the ears. And now walk all the way to the left, where your midline of the body is just aligned with the leg. Flex your left leg and fold. You can stay halfway, straight back, or you can fold all the way. Always remember not to compare yourself to any other. Now walk yourself back. Extend the right leg and bring the sole of the left foot all the way to the right leg. Inner thigh to the inseam of your pants. Take a deep inhale, and on your exhale, walk the hands all the way to the left side of the body of the mat and keep your hips leveled. So there's a tendency to lift our hips here. Just try to roll them and press them down. These are your anchors. So hold your anchors firm. Active with the fingertips. So we're coming on the fingertips. We're not pressing all the way down. So it's not how deep you go, it's how straight you go. Lengthening rather than folding. Take a deep inhale, and on your exhale, walk yourself one palm at a time until the leg is in the midline of the body. Take an inhale here, lengthen the spine, exhale, start to fold on your own degree. At your own degree. You can always use a strap or a belt here. Instead of folding, you can just hold it and lift up, and that will be just as great as folding. Of course, each has their own level. Each one of us has his own level. So for me, if I stay here, I might not feel it, so I have to go deeper. So it doesn't mean I'm more flexible, I'm better. That's a body type. Always remember that. And to some, this is not even enough. They require a block even further, and the block could reach all the way, third level to go. Now take an inhale and walk yourself back. Extend both legs, sit bones back. Inhale, your legs hip width apart or close to each other, flexed. Exhale, hands overhead. Exhale, lower down. Let's stay halfway flat back. So imagining that we have a strap and we're holding that strap for a couple of breaths before we fold in. activate your quads in here to give some length to the hamstrings. Take an inhale, maybe bounce and bend the elbows and lift up. You can just bend, if you have short hamstring, you can just bend your knees, and that's fine as well. Or maybe extend them and lift the chest up, and that will be even better because you'll give length to the spine, to the hamstrings here, sorry, not the spine. If you fold forward, then you're adding some stretch to the lower back as well. If you have any disc or degeneration or something in your spine, please do consult your physician before attempting to do these exercises. And now take an inhale, roll up all the way. Bring the soles of your feet together to touch. Knees are wide apart. Maybe shift the weight from one butt cheek to the other. Take an inhale, lift both legs up. And exhale, press them down. Inhale up, exhale, press down. Inhale up, exhale down. Now grab the outside of your feet with your hands and lift the chest up on an inhale. Exhale, hinge halfway flat back. If you have more space, you can go all the way forward with a straight back. Or if you're tight in here, you can just take the legs a little bit forward. And if your knees are way high up and that's on your way, you can support them with blocks. If you're planning to press, there's people commonly do, yoga students, that they press with the elbows to the thigh to lower the knee down. That's all right, but there are two things to remember. Don't press the knee and don't keep your elbows flaring out in, so they are back in line with the body. Keep the back lengthening and straight. Relax your neck. And now take a deep inhale, lift it up. Exhale, extend your legs into a straddle position. So I'm coming to the side of the mat, to the right side of the mat. Opening the legs to the sides, to the corners. Keep the toes in line with the knees. You can stay here. Now we have a common misalignment, let's say, because we have tight hip flexors, so we tend to sit that way. Let's first try to sit in the right way where we take it all the way out. So it's just like turning ourselves, taking our sit bones back. If your hips are short and you're lifting up, you can never fold forward and it's impossible to reach, even if you can reach it. Like I'm sitting in that position, I can never reach here. So all I have to do is take my sit bones back. When you take them back, you give yourself some rotation. It's just like when we were little, we used to play with toys and we used to have them straddle, and then you feel how the mechanism works. It's tilting in and out, in and out. So let's try to walk all the way with our legs open forwards and then walk back. Take them back. Take your sit bones back, your butt cheeks. Let's try it one more. Walk forwards and then walk back. Taking them back, you notice when you're going back, you're taking them back. So you're hinging already halfway. I'll give you a side view. That's how they are, already back, lifted. I take a deep inhale here, I can stay here, or maybe I can start to hinge forwards, halfway, making sure my knees are in line with my toes and my toes are not caving in. Hold it here maybe I can bend the elbows or fold in. Now, take your time to stay here or lift up. Okay, I'll turn to be facing you. Great. Keeping the straddle. Engage your core. Open your toes all the way out and spread the toes. So it's just like 2 o'clock, let's say. Lift the leg all the way up and try to bring your knee all the way to your chest and place it to the inseam of your left leg. Sit nice and tall. And I'll do the opposite. We'll lift it up, we'll extend and press it back. Let's try. Lift it up. Try to keep them in line. And then press back out and lower down. Let's try it one more. So we're rounding the back, making space because we're using our core here. Take an inhale, lift it up, 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 up. You see my heel is in line with my knee. I have to keep that level while bending it and then lower down. Lifting it up one more time. So I know, still sliding down. It comes with practice. And then extend and lower down. Shall we try it on the other side? Let's go ahead. Let's have some space. So this time we're like 10 o'clock. We're lifting up, 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 and then bring it all the way with a bent knee to the chest, and then lowering down. Lifting it up, and then extend, and lower down. Lift up, bend, pull in, and then lower down. Lift it up, and then open. Great. Lift your legs like letter W, and then from side to side, let's move. Engaging your core, trying to stay in your place. Take an inhale. When you face the right side, stay there, and then just fold in here. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, switch, and fold. So making sure your knee is in line with your hips is pressing down, and the left knee is not lifting up, it's pressing down, flexing both feet, and then hinging forwards. Maybe all the way down, maybe halfway. Just make sure that the alignment is right. Inhale here, lift up. Exhale, bring both knees to the front, to the top of the mat. Your soles of your feet are together. We are going to go to, I'll turn. I hope won't hit this thing. Okay, that's better. If we turn, it's better. And hug the knees all the way to the chest. Massage your back. Take a deep inhale, press the palms, and lift the legs all the way to Plow Pose. So, lifting up, your hips are on top of your shoulders. You can stay here or bend the knees, support your lower back, and lift up all the way to shoulder stance. You can open the legs in a straddle and then press them back together. Open, straddle, flex the toes, and press them back. Open, straddle. Maybe, if you have space, lower them down all the way, and then lift them up one more, and then close. Open to straddle, lower down, and then lift up, and then bring them together. One more. Open to straddle. Lower down. And then using your core, lift them up and bring them together. Knees on top of your forehead. And now slide them down to your ears. And then one vertebra at a time, lower down all the way to the floor. Hug the knees to the chest. Give yourself some love. Go to happy baby. Open your knees wider than the shoulders. Grab the inside of your feet. Grab the outside of your feet and then just try to relax, rocking from side to side or maybe holding it still. The sole of your feet are pointing up to the ceiling. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, hug the knees one more. Keep the right leg with you, extend the left. Open your right hand in a T and then twist. Keep the right hand pressing to the floor, shoulder to the floor. And now come back, hug your knees. Your right knee to the chest, left knee, extend the right and keep the left with you. Grab the outside of your left knee, open the left arm, and then twist to the right. Take an inhale. Hug yourself one last time. And then we'll move into Shavasana. So extend your legs. Your legs are wide apart. Your palms facing the ceiling. Your shoulders away from the ears. Close your eyes. If your head is tilting back up, what you can do is just adjust it here. And if it still hurts, just place a blanket behind and then relax. You can place blocks under or your knees or a roller foam or a blanket just under the knees in here, that area, maybe like that. Just showing you before we start. And then you just relax. This will help your back to press further to the mat. You always have the option to use the wall, legs up the wall, or you can have the option of legs on the chair and seated meditation. Many options. Choose the best that suits you. Keep your eyes closed and scan your body from head to toe. Now maybe you're scanning the right side only. And breathing into each organ or joint you have along the way. Now breathe through your left side left brain, left forehead, left eye, left ear, left cheek, left jaw, left neck, left shoulder, left arm, left elbow, left wrist, the left side of the body, and the list goes on till you reach to your pinky toe. If you feel there's a blockage in any side of your body, please take more awareness and attention and be more compassionate with that area, sending more air there, more oxygen to open the channel and release the blockage. Now start to unite your left and right side together, your male and female side, your sun and moon sides. Breathe down all the way to your toes, 10 toes together, and come up. With your scan to reach your heels and then ankles, your calves, your shins, your knees, let's stay with the back of the body. So we go from the knees to the hamstrings, to your glutes, to the back of your arms, the top of your palms, which are touching the floor, and your 10 fingers going up, back, to your shoulders, to the back of the neck, to the back of the head, to the crown of the head. We'll spread the energy forwards to the forehead, to your third eye, to your nose, your nostrils, your left and right nostril, your cheeks, your jaws, your front neck, your shoulders, your armpits, your arms, the inside of your palms, to your chest, to the heart, to your Manipura chakra, to your sun chakra, solar chakra, to your sacral chakra down. Imagine the colors as you go when we mention their names, maybe. To your Muladhara chakra, at the base of the spine, your root chakra, it's red. To your hip flexors, to your thighs, to your knees, shins, to your top of your feet, toes, and your body's united, it's all scanned. Breathe as a whole unit to the whole body, one unit, one deep breath to the whole body. Exhale it out. Just breathe one more to the body as one unit. Exhale it out. Now I want you to start moving your fingers and your toes, maybe circling your ankles and knees and your, wrists. Bring the knees all the way to the chest. Rock back and forth. Come to cross-legged seated position. Keep your eyes closed. Sit nice and tall. Imagine yourself sitting nice and tall. Check your alignment. Ears in line with shoulders. Shoulders on top of your hips. Spine nice and long and tall. Take a deep inhale. Bring the palms together to the heart and bow the head down. Open your eyes. Namaste. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you had a nice release of your tension and you had a wonderful opening in your hips and shoulders. Hope to see you again. Be well and stay safe. Namaste.